Hello Ramen Nation, Chris Cobain here bringing you guys week 11 of the National Pokemon Association. The Philadelphia Braviaries are taking on the Miami Donphans and assistant coach Kyle, who I call him, the main coach is KyleAye. His assistant coach is just called Kyle. He's a subscriber in my channel. You guys would know him as Kyle77 or formerly Sleeping Knight 77. So he's been a sub for a long time. He's stepping in this week. KyleAye is, I'm not really sure what he's doing. I was told, I forgot because he told me a while ago. I've known that I was facing the assistant coach all season, so no big deal there. But the Braviaries are 7-2 if I'm not mistaken. I think, yeah, or something like that. And to my knowledge, I think the Donphans are like 3-6 or something like that. Not crazy. Not had a great season, but Kyle's a really good battler. He hasn't done any battles this season. Obviously, you only get one of these per year. And Kyle's a good battler, so this is definitely a fight that will be tough for sure. But we are pretty much, I think we're almost guaranteed the playoffs now. There was a little bit of the thing with Duncan, and he kind of forfeit, and because of that, like, I think I'm guaranteed the playoffs already now, but we're still fighting for the #1 seed, which will give us a bye week in the playoffs, which would be really nice. Because we are guaranteed the playoffs, we are memeing just a little bit for the rest of the season. If we do get that #1 guaranteed through wins, then we'll go full meme. This week, we're a little bit half and half. You guys are going to see we're running some pretty cool sets this week on top of some just basic ones, just to ensure that we have enough to win the fight. Without further ado, though, let's go ahead and take a look at Kyle's team, the Donphans team, starting off with one of my favorite Draft League Pokemon on the planet, Tornadus T, Season 1 member of the Baltimore Blazekins then. 121 base speed. Tornadus Therian is a god. It gets everything. You know Thunderous Therian, our guy, my boy Raigeki. We've run him every single week. Torn is basically the same thing, just faster. He's got all the same crazy moves on top of the fact that he gets Hurricane, the only one of the Genie trio to do that. But everything else that Thunderous gets, aside from, I think, Thunderbolt, Tornadus gets it as well. It's insane. Knockoff, Superpower, Heat Wave, Iron Tail, you name it, he runs it. It's ridiculous. He'll be running that 1,000,000,000% this week, and it's something that I'm very scared of for a lot of reasons. Very, very good Pokemon. One of my favorites. Politoed, the second rain setter we've seen this season. Obviously, we took on Pelipper earlier in the year. Politoed's pretty much just a rain setter most of the time. It gets, obviously, Scald. It can Encore, which is really nice. Toxic Rest, that kind of stuff. It does get a little bit of coverage with Ice Beam and stuff, but typically it'll be set as a rain setter, which you will see later. His team does have some rain in it. Some rain boosted Pokemon in it. Roserade. Very, very good special attacker. Very, very good special wall. Good at both. It's a great mon in general. Obviously, it gets Synthesis, Leech Seed, Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, stuff of that nature. It also gets, I think, Psychic and Shadow Ball. I believe it gets Dazzling Gleam as well. Actually, its coverage is actually deceptive. It can be Scarfed at base 90. It can be Specs very easily. Assault Vest, full specially defensive. It gets Spikes and Toxic Spikes. So it's definitely a very annoying Pokemon. Armaldo is his one true hazard control on his team. It's his Rapid Spinner, obviously. Rock and Bug, it's very slow, but it's very bulky and very offensive as well. Lots of defense on it. It easily can be Assault Vested. It runs a Swords Dance set a lot of times. Stone Edge, X's, or Knockoff. That kind of stuff can be very detrimental to our team. Definitely something to look forward to. Definitely something to look out for, I should say. Is weak to water when he's got rain, so we'll see what goes there. Gramble, a Pokemon that the last couple seasons, me and Reiki have both been really close to drafting. It's a really, really good support mon and a really good offensive attack as well. Intimidate, obviously, is always nice. It's very bulky with that Intimidate. It gets Thunder Wave. It gets Heal Bell. Play Rough, Superpower, or actually Close Combat. It gets all the Elemental Fangs as well. It gets Crunch. So it definitely has a lot of coverage and a lot of power. Could definitely be something that shows up this week. One of the main problems with this team is this. Raichu is his only electric switch-in. Not just immunity, it's his only thing that even resists electric, other than Roserade, excuse me, on his entire team. But Raichu's a good mod. It's not quite as good as Alolan, obviously. 110 base speed is nice. It can be Life Orb very, very easily. Thunderbolt, Hidden Power Ice is what it's typically running with Volt Switch. It gets Focus Blast as well. It's typically set pretty straightforward Pokemon. Mega Aerodactyl. Maybe the best UU, was the best UU Mega in ORAS. It's still a really good UU Mega as well, though. Very, very good mod. 150 base speed makes it incredibly fast. Access to Hone Claws means it's very, very hard. Stone Edge plus the Hone Claws accuracy boost is insane. It gets all the Elemental Fangs, Fire, Ice, and Thunder. Those are all useful against my team for Scizor, Zygarde, and Empoleon/Primarina, respectively. It gets Crunch. It gets Earthquake. It's a good mod. Definitely expect that. Weavile, another very, very fast Pokemon. 125 base speed, telling it with our fastest mon, which is Swellow. Loves to run Icicle Crash and Knockoff. It gets Low Kick as well. Ice Shard is also very annoying, obviously, stuff like that. Kingdra is his rain sweeper Pokemon, obviously Swift Swim. Kingdra is very, very tough to deal with inside the rain. A very strong Pokemon with Draco Meteor, Hydro Pump in the rain. Both those hit insanely hard. It gets Flash Cannon. It gets Ice Beam. A lot of times you'll see it run double water with Surf and Hydro. Hydro for hitting really hard, but Surf when you don't need to quite risk the accuracy. It can also be Critra. Everyone knows that set with Focus Energy and the Scope Lens, meaning it just constantly hits Draco Meteors, so that never the attack drop never matters because you keep critting. Very insane. Good Pokemon. Espeon. His other form of real hazard control and Magic Bounce, Espeon, obviously. 110 base beam, Pure Psychic makes it a pretty good mod. Pretty frail unless it's running really bulky sets, which it can with the Calm Mind. Morning Sunset is very viable. Psychic and Psyshock, obviously. Dazzling Gleam, Shadow Ball, stuff like that is typically we're going to see him running. And we round off his team with Primeape. I believe Primeape is 95 base speed. Gets Defiant, which is very good for when it lowers stats, whether it's via Intimidate, which we don't have, but via Intimidate or whatever else, just random stat drops. Can very easily be Scarf. Scarf Primeape is a very big threat to the team. Again, super huge coverage on this with Close Combat, Use Turn, Knock Off, all the Elemental Punches, that kind of stuff. Always very scary when you're dealing with the Primeape because it is very strong. So something definitely to look out for. So his team's got a lot of threats. It's got a lot of Pokemon that has a lot of different coverage on it. Things like Tornadus, Aerodactyl, and Primeape can all run very wide varieties of moves type-wise, so it makes them very hard to game plan for. But I do think we've set up a team that can handle him pretty well. It's definitely not going to be an easy fight this week because, as I said, Kyle's a very good battler, but I think we have the tools to do it. Starting off with Scizor. So Slick is coming back this week. Obviously, he is running Careful Light Metal this week, and the Scizorite Light Metal is for before he Mega. It allows us to switch him, namely on Weavile Low Kick, should he decide to run it. His EV spread this week is 248 HP, 108 defense, and 152 special defense. With that careful nature, allows him to take two full power Draco Meteors from Kingdra after rocks, both switch-ins, and allows him to take two Stone Edges from Aerodactyl after two Stealth Rock switch-ins, assuming no crits on either of those, obviously. Bullet Punch is going to be very big for this week. It hits things very hard. Torn does not like taking it. Roserade does not like taking it. Armaldo, Gramble, Aerodactyl, and Weavile both very weak to it. Primeape as well. Roost is obvious. Swords Dance is just for setup. Clearly U-turns for momentum. It also hits Kingdra pretty hard. Raichu pretty hard. Almost one-taps Espeon as well. So pretty basic set this week. This is one of our not-so-heat sets. But it is a good one this week. If we can set up a Swords Dance on him and take out a couple of threats, this thing could very well just clean sweep him. The one thing that's really nice about this is that while he's got the ability to run Heat Wave on Torn, the ability to run Hidden Power Fire on Roserade, Fire Punch Gramble, Fire Fang Aerodactyl, Fire Punch Primeape, it's a Rain team. So if he wants to run Rain and run Kingdra, which is a huge threat to our team, he's going to have to run Rain, which means he's going to cut fire damage away, which is really nice for Scizor here. Coming in second this week, we decided to skip out on Zygarde, but yet again, Raigeki is in the team. Obviously, like I said, we are running him every single freaking week. This set's very simple. Timid, Volodor, Choice Scarf. He has 44 defense, 250 special attack, and 212 speed, which allows him to outspeed Scarf Primeape pretty simply. He's running Thunderbolt, U-turn, Flash Cannon, Psychic. This could not get any easier. His only switch in, as I said, is Raichu, who does not want to take U-turns. His other decent switch in for Thundurus is Roserade. We have Psychic. Thunderbolt just hits everything. Torn, Toad, Armaldo doesn't like it. Arrow dies. Weavile doesn't like it. Kingdra, Espeon, Primeape, none of them want to take Thunderbolts. U-turn is for the switch-ins on Raichu, very clearly. Flash Cannon is for Granbull to ensure that we can hit that very, very hard because he can be pretty bulky. And Psychic is for Roserade and Primeape as well. For the most part here, we're just clicking Thunderbolt or U-turn. If I make use of Flash Cannon or Psychic, it'll be a very limited fashion. It would be like an endgame thing. Like if all he's got left is Granbull, and I just click Flash Cannon. Other than that, we're almost exclusively clicking Thunderbolt and U-turn. Very easy lead this week. It will outspeed his entire team because I'm fairly confident in his ability in him not running Scarf Torn or Scarf Espeon or Weavile. That'd be very weird. And it also outspeeds Arrow, obviously, which is nice. Can be a lead. We shall see. Coming in third this week, we've got a pretty cool. I don't know how much I classify this as heat, but it's one of my favorite sets that we've run all season. This is a very, very cool set. It is full out 100% offensive Empoleon. We have not run this year. It's going to be a very cool set for us, I feel. He's running Modest Torrent with the Shuka Berry, which is going to allow him to take Earthquake from Aerodactyl, which could be very, very important. He is running Max Special Attack 252, Max Speed 252, 4 Special Defense on top of that. Full on offensive, boys and girls. He's running Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, Agility, and Grass Knot. This is going to be such a cool set. It outspeeds literally the entire team aside from Swift Swim, Kingdra, and the Scarfers I mentioned earlier. After Agility, with that Max Speed and Modest, +2, he's actually slightly faster than Mega Air. Not by a lot, but he does outspeed Mega Aerodactyl. Hydro Pump in the rain will absolutely obliterate his entire team, no question. Ice Beam is for Roserade, Grass Knot is for Politoed. Moving on from there. Ice Beam will be doing about 75-ish% to a Roserade, a basic one. Grass Knot, I think 3 shots Politoed. So it's not super reliable, but he doesn't want to switch in because Toad can't do much to us either. We resist water, he can't Toxic us. Encore doesn't really hurt us too much since we're faster than him, that kind of stuff. This set's going to be could be very cool for us. I really hope it puts in work this week. It could be nice. Coming in fourth, we have a very heat set, but one we've already run this season, and actually I believe was the lone Pokemon we've ever had make the NPA's Heat of the Week. We are running Cough Egregious, and we're running almost the same exact set. Is it the same exact? What were we running Hidden Power Fighting last time? No, we were running Psychic. Almost same exact set. Close. We are running the Trick Room, Nasty Plot, Z Shadow Ball, Cough Egregious yet again. He's running Quiet, obviously, which is plus Special Attack minus Speed for the Trick Room. Mummy, obviously, Ghost TMZ this week. I did remember to put on the Z Crystal this week. He's running Max HP, Max Special Attack, 4 Defense. Pretty simple. Just like before when he picked up 2 kills in the game we brought this set. Pretty simple here. We set up Nasty Plot, we set up Trick Room, we rolled through them. It's pretty funny because Kyle's MO, pretty much every time I ever face Kyle in a battle, he's always run a Trick Room. He's always run Trick Room. That's like his thing. He doesn't really have a good Trick Room. He might run it this week as a joke on like Espeon or something and then try to make use of like Granbull. That could happen. But his team is very, 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 very fast. It's actually probably the fastest overall team in the entire league. So Trick Room is going to be really hard for him to run. But Shadow Ball will hit everything really hard. Hidden Power Fighting is for Weavile, more so than anything else. The Ghost TMZ is going to be really, really nice because it allows us to switch in on knockoffs very, very easily against things like Weavile, Primeape, and Armaldo. All of them can't do too much with the knockoffs. And of course, we can set up Nasty Plot and Trick Room. Last time I ran this, I actually made a mistake, even though we did well at the end. I set up Trick Room first, which is a misplay, because that gives me one less turn of Trick Room. So this week I have to remember that if I get a chance to set this guy up, Nasty Plot should be the first move every single time, then Trick Room. That way you get maximum turns out of Trick Room, and you're not wasting one of your Trick Room turns to set up Nasty Plot. That was a misplay. Ended up working out, but this week I won't make the same mistake. Cough Egregious could be cool for us this week. Coming in fifth this week, we have another pretty basic set, but we haven't run Bloodwing all that much this year, so it's definitely good to see him on the team. I think this is his second week. We lost the first one, obviously, even though he almost clutched it. But this is going to be a pretty cool set this week. very, very basic in terms of swell. It's pretty much his most common set, that and Specs, which we already ran. Jolly Guts Flame Orb, it's just a gut set. Pretty simplistic here. He's running 252 attack, 28 special, or 28 defense, excuse me, 228 speed, allows him to outspeed Tornadus Therian. We did not want to go for the speed tile with Weavile. He gets Ice Shard. We are running quick attack, but it wasn't worth it at the end of the day. Weavile, I wouldn't say anything against Weavile no matter what the case is. This guy's too important. He actually is very, very good this week. Facade, obviously, with the guts, is just going to hit incredibly hard. U-turn, quick attack, and Brave Bird just hit things really hard as well. I don't really need to click Brave Bird all that much. I think the only mon on his entire team that forces it is Armaldo. Otherwise, Facade's going to one-hit Roserade. And, Facade hits everything else harder. Well, except for Roserade, but it dies to Facade anyway, so... it outspeeds his entire team, save Weavile and Aerodactyl, who are the two things that stuff him anyway. So if we can chip those, get rid of those with Scizor or whatever else I can get rid of, Swellow can actually just come in and just facade his team to death. It'd actually be very simple. Another potential lead line because it's so fast, but we'll see how it goes. And that leaves us, ladies and gentlemen, with the final mon on the team this week, and Empoleon's fire, Call of Egregious fire. I don't think we've run a set this entire season that's as crazy as this one. We are running Navi, Azelf. This set is so freaking weird, but it's so pivotal. It's actually insane how important this set is for us this week. So we're running Jolly Levitate with the Focus Sash. He's running 252 HP. 36 attack and 220 speed, allowing it to outspeed Espeon and Raichu as well. He's running Explosion, Skill Swap, Stealth Rock, and Taunt. Yes, this is happening. So here's the deal. I mentioned it in going through his team. He's got two real ways to control Hazard. He's got Armaldo, who's a rapid spinner and can't touch Cough Egregious because of the Ghostium Z thing. Bang, it eliminates that. And he's got Magic Bounce Espeon. Now, if you look at his team hates rocks. Torn, Armaldo, Aerodactyl, and Weavile, four of his main Pokemon, or three of his main and Armaldo, all weak to rocks. Skill Swap was going to take Magic Bounce and give it to me and give him Levitate. So it's going to remove that Magic Bounce from him and allow us to set up Stealth Rocks on the Espeon. It's that simple. Taunt is for Espeon as well, just so it can't set up Calm Minds. It can be used for other things as well. Depending on the Pokemon, obviously, there's certain things that it can and might do, namely things like Thunder Wave on Gramble, stuff, or, Leech Seed or whatever on Roserade, stuff like that. And then Explosion, which is just, I don't plan on exploding on Espeon right away. If it works out correctly, then I predict the Espeon to come in, because I'm probably going to lead with this anyway. I predict the Espeon to come in, I Skill Swap, then maybe I taunt it then, or maybe I just set up rocks, but either way I taunt it so it can't set up can't set up Calm Minds and stuff. And then I can just hard switch out into either Scizor or whatever, Call of Egregious maybe Empoleon, and go to work from there. This set is crazy, but it's actually so very important. I can't even if I can lead with this and get the Espeon skill swapped, or if Espeon's not even there, just set up rocks. That's huge. That changes the entire game for me right off the bat, because it forces all of his main Pokemon to start taking massive chip damage, on top of the fact they don't want to take bullet punches. None of them want to take bullet punches with Scizor, especially Arrow and Weavile. We can get a Brox. This game is good as ours, even with the rest of the crap, even with Empoleon and Cough Egregious doing what they're doing. If I can put up Brox, this game's pretty much mine. And that's going to be the priority this week. So, thank you guys for watching. As per usual, I appreciate it, guys. We are looking to go 8-2 this year. That'd be very, very nice. And we are one game ahead of second place in the Red Division, who is Pokemon. Actually, we do own the tiebreaker over him as well. We've only lost one division game, which was the Pum. And I don't know how many he's lost, but he's at least lost one, which is the tiebreaker against us. So that's very, very nice. So if we can pick up this win, we're looking pretty, or we're sitting pretty as we're trying to get the bye week going to the playoffs. And this season, guys, we're bringing home that trophy. We're bringing it, the metaphorical one. We're bringing it home. Thank you guys for watching it. I do appreciate it. The battle will come out on Saturday, May. It's May the 6th. Yeah, it's May 4th right now because we're doing the battle on Thursday. So yeah, May 6th. So I hope you guys are ready for that. Should be good. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. And thank you guys for supporting your Philadelphia Braviaries. I'll see you guys in Week 11 as we take on Kyle and the Miami Donphans. Peace, Ramen Nation. See you guys in Week 11.